Hi everyone, and welcome to Package for Profit, all about no timesheets in your virtual assistant business. Welcome to today's training, and if you have any questions at any time, you're welcome to contact me, shoot me an email or connect with me on Facebook. I'm more than happy to answer your questions around packaging your services in your virtual assistant business. So first things first, who is Donna Brown? Who is talking to you right now? There's my Facebook profile pic at this point in time. It's a crazy picture because it kind of encompasses who I am, a really happy-go-lucky person. But I am an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a coach and mentor for virtual assistants, and I'm actually a VA myself. I do a lot of video editing for clients and a lot of social media and marketing strategy. So I have been working from home for 12 years full time, and I like to call myself the work from home revolutionist. I've written lots of books around marketing yourself from home and being a VA and running a $100,000 plus VA practice, but really it's all about the work from home revolutionist. I like to say what I'm all about is leading the no timesheets revolution. I'm really passionate about no timesheets for virtual assistants. So what is the no timesheets revolution? Well, I want to talk to you something a little bit first about commodity versus authority. And you might be wondering, what does this have to do with actually packaging your services up? However, it's actually really, really important. So what I'm talking about here is being an authority in your industry, being an expert at something specific that you're really good at. It gives you positioning, it gives you power, it gives you longevity, expertise, and a reputation. The difference between commodity and authority is that as an authority, that is the expert in a specific niche or service that you're offering for your target market, you are paid well. You are rewarded for your improved skills. So over time, as you get better and better at what you're doing, as you get faster and more skilled at the service that you're offering your clients, you get rewarded for that, typically by, an increased pay. You don't have to justify your invoice to anyone. Those virtual assistants that are running a practice around being an authority in a specific area never have to justify their invoice. One, they don't actually track their time. They don't have to, sometimes some people, when they submit their invoices to clients question things, why did this take so long? Why did that take so long? And I don't want that for you. And when you become an authority VA, when you become a master virtual assistant, you never have to justify your invoice. And you never hit a wall on your income potential. You have probably realized that there might be a bit of a wall that you're going to hit one day, or perhaps you've already hit it, I'm not sure, where there are no more hours left in the day for you to work. So you can't actually earn any more money. You're maxed out unless you increase your rate. And then again, you'll know that you will max yourself out because there's only so much someone would pay a virtual assistant per hour to do the work that you do. So once you've hit your time wall and your hourly rate wall, what happens to your income then? Are you capped? Do you have to grow a ginormous team? None of that occurs when you're an authority. So when you're a commodity, people buy you based on price. When you're an authority, people buy you on your expertise. This is really important because when you start to package your services up, when you want to join the no timesheet revolution, people are going to be buying you based on the authority that you have in your field of expertise. Not because you're the cheapest virtual assistant, but because you're the best virtual assistant for their needs. Your earning potential as a authority VA, as a master virtual assistant, is more than a corporate role. And the reason why I say that is because typically in most countries, the corporate administrator is the one that will earn the most money, meaning, an average secretary in a small local business is never going to earn the same as a secretary or a receptionist or someone in a really high executive corporate role. But as a master virtual assistant, packaging their services up, you will make more than this corporate role. You'll also only work part-time hours, and I'm going to show you how that looks later on with a case study of a real-life virtual assistant that I've helped and what we did for her in her business. you'll have massive higher profit margins. Sometimes you may have experienced this, but you've had someone come on board, a subcontractor, to help you out with a work overflow that's happening in your business, and the profit margin for their time and effort to complete that work was really narrow, and it kind of made you think, was that really worth it, all the effort? Well, when you're packaging your services up in a commercially savvy way, your profit margin is much, much bigger, and which would give you lots more flexibility in the way you would like to run your business. And at the end of the day, it's going to let you live the life you expected when you became an entrepreneur. When you decided to become a virtual assistant, there were different reasons that motivated you for that. It might have been flexibility around your family. It might be because you couldn't find that perfect role that you actually enjoyed. I've met virtual assistants that actually have been bullied, unfortunately, in their previous work life. So they wanted to take control of their own finances and, earn money for themselves. And they all had, whatever the reason that inspired you to become a VA, everybody had the same thought that becoming an entrepreneur and running their own business, although hard work, would give them the financial freedom that they desired, because they would work hard, they would earn the money, and they would be living a really flexible, amazing life. And you totally can as a VA. I've been doing it for years and years, but I've been doing it in a commercially savvy way through packaging, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. So how do packages work? I'm going to jump straight into it. There's no point in fluffing about and just giving you lots of fluffy information, because I know that's really frustrating when you're watching a video. So let's go cracking straight into it. So a package is when you group similar tasks together for a client, and the client pays you for the result that you're going to bring them, not the time it takes you to do it. So I'm going to go through features and benefits of packages in the next few slides. I'm also going to give you an example of a package. I'm going to show you, like I said earlier, a case study of how it worked in a particular virtual assistant's business, and just give you some overall tips and information to keep into mind if you decide that you would like to start packaging up your services. But ultimately, the whole reason why you would want to package up your services is because you actually make more money for the same effort that you're delivering to the client. And the reason why is the client is not buying your time, they're buying your skills, your expertise. So for me, a package is something that happens on a reoccurring basis. If you are designing a website for a client, in my opinion, that's a project, not a package. Retainers are not packages. Because retainers, I just want to put that out there now, because I know a lot of people get confused around this. Retainers are when you sell prepaid blocks of hours to clients, but there's still a time element involved. There is no time element involved with packages except for the due date. I agreed to have this work done by, Friday 5 p.m, for example. That is the only time element. How long it takes you to do it, the client does not care, because their fee is not based around your time. It's based upon the results being delivered at that agreed point in time. So the reason why retainers are not packages is because you still have to deliver, a certain number of hours to that client. And if you work faster, if you do the work faster that they've allocated to you, you then effectively have to find more work to do to, use up the rest of their retainer. You're not actually rewarded for working faster. I want you to be rewarded for working faster and better and more efficiently by being paid more. The faster you do something, the more you should be paid. And that's exactly how packages work. Because if I pay you a set price to deliver a consistent set of tasks, if you take 10 hours, that's fine. If you take 10 minutes to do it, awesome for you. You've made way more money because the price doesn't change. So for me, a package is something that is consistently repetitive for a client. So it's something you have to do on a regular basis for them that has clear defined parameters. For example, a daily Facebook post. There's a clear defined parameter around that. It's daily and it's a post. There's no ifs or buts around it. The best kind of packages have things or inclusions that are actually either weekly or monthly. If a client wants something once a quarter, it's a little bit too stretched out in order to be a reoccurring package that is very profitable. So I always teach my mentorees aim for weekly packages or monthly packages. You technically could do bi-weekly as well, or fortnightly if you're based in Australia, but it's not as common, I would admit. So there's no time measurement when you're working with a package with a client. They don't care how long it takes. They don't want an invoice listing hours. They don't care about any of that at all. You can track your time for your own personal knowledge to see how long it's taking you to make sure you're getting faster and better, but it's not necessarily something that the client needs to know. It's very goals orientated. So as I said earlier, it's about achieving the goal that you desired, whether it's a weekly Facebook post or a daily Facebook post or a weekly newsletter or a monthly webinar or a daily YouTube video, something that you can clearly define and have a serious goal around that is achieved during that timeline that has been agreed upon, weekly, bi-weekly, fortnightly, monthly, etc. So what are the benefits to clients? Why would a client actually want to have a package? Why would someone opt for a package over a hourly rate VA? Now, there are some clear benefits, but the benefits are only sold to clients once they understand it. If a client has never seen a package before, they're not necessarily going to be attracted to it until they understand how it works. Because let's be realistic, most people have a preconceived idea on how much a VA should charge and how they should work based on their previous experience of using another virtual assistant. Perhaps it was from something they heard from a colleague, or a story that they read, or a review that they read, or perhaps they were referred to a VA and their friend said, I use this person, they charge me $30 an hour and they're great. So that's what they're feeling like a VA works. So if you're going to be different, this is a very different model that I teach, and completely different. We have to educate our clients. We have to educate them on the benefits of going down the package route versus the hourly rate route. So what are you as a client going to get? Well, you know what? You're going to get results because the tasks that you do are consistent. If you have been in business in any time, and if you listen to any expert talking about anything around success, it's all about consistent effort that brings results. If you want to be a blogger, doing a blog once a week or once every now and then is not going to bring the same results as someone who does a daily blog. It's just that consistent effort that brings results. This is not new knowledge that I'm bringing here. This is a common concept that most people have probably read about or heard about at some point in time. But if you haven't heard about it, consistency is super important. It brings results. And by you offering and selling a package to a client that delivers consistent results all the time is going to boost their business up in whatever direction it is that they're trying to do, whether it's gain subscribers, gain sales, have more speaking opportunities, whatever it might be. It's the fact that you're doing consistent effort that is going to get them those results. It's much easier for them to budget. They know the set price that they are going to be paying you every single week or every single month, depending on how you design their package for them. It's much, much easier for them to budget into their business rather than sending you 20, 30, 40 different little 5-minute tasks and by email and you working through them and and them constantly having over their head, I don't know how much time Sarah's been using. Maybe Rachel is at her limit, how much have I spent so far? All of those kind of fears and questions are completely eliminated when you have a set package that is reoccurring for a client. It also means that they work with the best VA versus the cheapest VA. Because when somebody hires you based on your expertise, about your authority, not a commodity, remember, authority is something that you buy based on the expert, the value that you bring, and commodity is something that you buy because it's the cheapest. Most people buy things like toilet paper, toothpaste, consumables that we don't necessarily have brand loyalty around, as a commodity versus For example, those people that go to Apple and spend considerable amount of money buying MacBooks and iPhones, they're much more expensive than other products that are out there in the market, and you're buying it based on the authority that that brand has in that industry. So when you're creating a package, somebody is buying you because you are the best solution to their problem, not because you're the cheapest. So when you are in a big forum and somebody asks for a VA and everyone, 30, 40 people list their prices, how do you think someone's going to be actually deciding who to talk to? Like, they're not going to know who to chit chat to. They're going to pick the one that's cheap because it's human nature. We can't help it. Versus somebody who's promoting themselves as the expert in that particular field. I want you to be the authority, not the commodity. And the benefit for clients working with packages is that they're going to be working with the best, because only the best VAs actually package their services up. And like I said earlier, consistent actions bring results. It's consistency that gives you traction in your business, in your client's business, and that's what propels them forward. It's a proven business concept, and I want you to be able to support them in that strategy and help elevate them and help them reach it and fast track it, because you're going to be doing that work and they're going to be concentrating on their expertise. Maybe they're a coach, maybe they're a consultant, maybe they're a nutritionist, maybe they're a speaker. Whatever their industry is, that's what they should be concentrating on, and you can be concentrating on giving them traction by doing consistent actions for them. Okay, so what are your benefits for having a package? Why would you package up your services? To me, this is like a no-brainer, but just in case you haven't jerried yet, you're going to have consistent income because the same fees be getting paid into your bank account every week or every month. When you have 3 or 4 or 5 clients doing the same amount, it's really comforting knowing that money's hitting your account every single week. You're going to have way more profit. Your profit margin is going to be bigger than you ever possibly thought it could be, which is cool. How you spend that money is totally up to you. And I always say money is not an evil thing, and money doesn't make people evil. It's how you spend your money that determines your character. So if you want to contribute more to your church, to your community, to a charity, awesome. Now you're going to have more profit to do that. If you want to contribute more to your family, reduce your debt, let your other half, your partner, have less time, work less hours, or reduce one of his or her jobs if they're working more than one job to making ends meet. If you can ease that pressure off them with this extra profit you're doing, fantastic. You're going to be working way less hours. I'm going to show you how this works in the case study as well. Way less hours than you possibly realized. Yes, you're going to be working hard in promoting yourself and marketing and networking and getting out there, but the actual deliverable work you're going to be doing is going to be much, much, much less, even though you're going to be making more money. And you're going to have massive personal satisfaction. It's just like a really, really awesome feeling knowing that you are running a profitable, successful business that is allowing you to have that financial freedom that you're after, to contribute to society in the way that you would like to contribute, and that, you did it. You were able to achieve what you desired to achieve, and that you can't beat that at all. So I run a business called 100K VA, in case you didn't know, and it's all about getting virtual assistants to $100,000 per year plus in their profit. And the way that I teach, I'm going to give you a little secret here about packaging, is this. It's about chunking your time and delivery. I'm going to show you now how this works. So to leverage yourself in a virtual assistant business, there you are being leveraged. I get my mentorees to work once and get paid multiple times. Okay? And when you compound your clients together, this is how you make a shit ton of money. So for example, and I'm going to show it to you in the case study coming up, but I'll give you a quick example now. When somebody pays you, for example, a weekly fee to manage their Facebook page, and if that weekly fee includes a daily Facebook post, so you're going to get paid, let's say for argument's sake, you're going to get paid $50 a week to do a daily post on Facebook for a client. There is nothing stopping you, and I highly encourage you to schedule the whole month's worth of content in one hit, in one day. Because then in week 1, you're getting paid for week 1, and in weeks 2, 3, and 4, You're getting paid still your $50 every week, but you've already done the work. That's what chunking is all about. You group all of your similar tasks together and you do it at the beginning of your sequence, timeline, whatever you want to call it, and you consistently keep getting paid for it, even though you've already done the work. Because you know why? The client didn't buy your hours. They bought your results. What they bought you to have a daily Facebook post. Did you deliver that? Absolutely, you delivered that. And that's all they care about. The fact that you were intelligent enough to do it efficiently in one hit is your reward, is good for you. And the benefit to you is that you're getting paid $50 for weeks 2, 3, and 4. So $150 to do no work. And the compounding clients element, now imagine you had 4 clients doing that and you did all 4 clients in week 1. And so weeks 2, 3, and 4, you're making $150 in week 2, $150 in week 3, $150 in week 4 for the rest of the clients. Oh, that's for 3 clients, sorry. So if you had 4 clients, it'd be $200 a week, I just realized. So you would be get paid $600 to do no work because you've already done it all. You might log in and just check in and make sure it's all, flowing correctly, but that would take you 5 minutes. That's how we do it in the 100K VA model. That's what I teach my mentorees. That is how we leverage our virtual assistant business to make way more money and work less hours, giving our clients fantastic results from consistent actions and giving ourselves way more time than ever we thought. And this is how I run my business. So let's go through this case study. Lisa is a virtual assistant that I helped in Melbourne. I did a little while ago, and I want to show you what she was previously doing to what she's currently doing. So on the left-hand side, you can see that she was previously charging $30 per hour to do some social media support. So her average monthly income was $2,500, and that meant she was working approximately 80 hours per month, which was about 20 hours a week around her 2 children. And it was pretty much her maximum. Like, she really couldn't work any more hours. She had other family commitments that she couldn't really get out of, and that was her maximum. So her income was capped at 2.5 months, which is, look, for a brand new VA, that's pretty darn good. But if you want to make some serious money, it's not amazing. There's definitely an opportunity for her to do way, way better. So on the right-hand column, you can see how she's currently running it. So currently she has no hourly rate. Her base package fee is $600 per month. So what she actually charges is $150 a week. But I just did it monthly so you can compare the left column to the right column. So, and that $600 takes her approximately 4 hours worth of time for her to deliver. So it takes her 1 hour to prepare 1 week's worth of work. Times that by 4 weeks. There's your 4 hours. So 1 hour equals $150 worth of her time. 2 hours is $300. 4 hours is, $450, 5 hours is $600. Does that make sense? If it's not, shoot me a message and I'll explain it to you one-on-one. So she has about 16 clients on this base package, which equals approximately 60 odd hours per month. So we know the average work week is about 40 hours. She decided to do all 60 in 1 week. As in one intense week, which is why I wrote it like that. But you definitely don't have to. You could spread that out to 15 hours every week if you wanted to, which is still less than what she was previously doing. But she decided week 1 of every month, I'm going to work really hard, really long hours. And then weeks 2, 3, and 4 are basically holidays for me. Annual leave, holidays, whatever you want to call it. She has nothing left to do until week 1 again of the following month. But you know what? Those 16 clients at $600 per month give her $10,000 of income. She's actually working less hours and making 4 times the amount of money. Her theoretical hourly rate, that is, if you were going to work out theoretically what her hourly rate was going to be if you divided how much time she's putting in versus, how much money she's making, is $150 per hour. Her previous public hourly rate that she was charging clients was $30 per hour. Like, there's a huge difference there. As a virtual assistant, you can't charge $150 an hour for social media support. No one is going to pay you. No one is going to pay you that. It's simply not a fee that people are comfortable paying for. But small business owners are prepared to pay $600 per month, or in her case, it was $150 per week, for a set parameters around the work that she was going to be doing. That didn't seem unreasonable when she listed all the value they were getting and what she was going to do for them. But if she told them, oh, and by the way, my rate is $150 per hour, they weren't going to pay her. But we don't want them to pay her per hour. We want them to pay her because she is the best person for their business. You can do this too. This is how you make a lot of money as a VA, working less hours than you're probably working right now. If you hit your maximum number of hours that you can work, then you need to change your approach. So, important things to remember when packaging. Niching is key. You cannot package general administration support. Why? Because it's not recurring, consistent work. A client that sends you 25-minute jobs every week, you cannot package that up. How would you possibly package up ad hoc admin or general admin? It's far too difficult. You can integrate it into an existing package, and I can show you how to do that if you want to know. Let me know, contact me. But it can't be a standalone package. So you need to niche down in a specific service offering that you can offer a client around your expertise, whatever it is that you enjoy the most: bookkeeping, social media, videos, webinars, events. I don't care what it is. Whatever you enjoy the most doing, graphic design, we can create a package that is reoccurring for your clients. It's key to creating the package, and it's key to selling the packages. Now, I haven't spoken about selling the packages in this webinar because that's a whole nother ball game, and I'm happy to do it if anyone would like to learn. But when you're designing your packages, you must niche them down. And repetition is key to recurring income. Without repetition, it's just not going to work. It must be chunkable. I've seen a lot of clients that, like as in virtual assistants, I've seen a lot of VAs that try to create packages for clients that actually are great packages, but the time can be chunked, meaning they have to do the work every week. Every week they have to do the work that has to be done that week because it can't be scheduled ahead. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing if you have smaller goals and you just want a few packages and you're just happy like that and you just want to earn a little bit of money and you're just progressing along, and that works for you and it gives you a higher income than an hourly rate. That's totally cool. I have no issue with that whatsoever. However, if you want to make quite a lot of thousands and start getting up towards that $100,000 level, or you want to surpass it, the only way you can do it is if you chunk your time. Otherwise, you would be working a ridiculous number of hours for all these custom packages that you've designed for your clients. So please remember, when you're packaging your clients, and if you need help, you're welcome to ask, you need to niche down. Can't be general admin. Repetition is key to recurring income. So find something that clients need on a recurring basis that you love doing and that you are very good at delivering, and that it must be chunkable, meaning you can schedule it ahead. You can do a lot of it in one go for the whole month, or for the whole quarter, or every week. That's really important. That means not every service out there is perfect for this model. Transcription, for example, is not really designed for this model. You have to be unique and really think about how you're going to do it. I've been doing it for years and I've created thousands of packages for clients. So I don't find it difficult to do, but sometimes at the beginning it can be hard. So you're welcome to ask me if you would like some help. So here's an example newsletter package. It's really basic. It's just to give you another example of how it might look, so you can get your head around the concept for those of you that are really brand new to the packaging concept. So imagine you send your client a weekly newsletter. You sent it out to their database. They might provide you the content, and you would, broadcast it to their database. You add it to MailChimp, for example, whatever platform they're using. You would do a custom image that you might design and insert it into the newsletter for them. You will share it on Facebook for them, and you might convert that newsletter into an article on LinkedIn for them. Okay, so that's something you would do every single week. You would send the newsletter, you would do a custom image to be included in the newsletter, something appropriate to the content. You would share it on Facebook, and you would convert it into an article on LinkedIn. And as a complete example. I'm not saying this is the right price. I just need to put a number on this video, on this lesson. Let's say, for example, we would do $75 a week. Now, you can do a lot of this work in advance for all of the weeks. So there's no timesheets involved. It's just weekly actionable tasks for a set fee. And that's a fantastic package. I'm not saying that price is right before you get your knickers in. It was just an example, but that's how you work out a package. Something that happens on a recurring basis that you can do in advance, that gives a lot of results and a lot of value to the client, and that has no time element involved except for the due date. You know what I want for all of you listening to this video? I want all of you to be the warrior virtual business owner that you are. I want you to be making that money that you desire. I don't, whether it's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,000, 100,000, 120, 200,000. I want you to make the money that you desire. I want you to be the powerhouse that you are. I want you to leverage those fantastic administration skills that you have, or design skills that you have, and put them in a commercially savvy virtual assistant business where you are getting financially rewarded for your expertise, for your knowledge, for your skills. If you've been in the industry for 20, 30 years, I want you to be making the money that you deserve if you were working in corporate for 20 or 30 years. I want you to give yourself a pay rise. So I've got a gift for you. This is how I can help. Every month I send out a package pack. Basically, I design packages for clients, for VAs. I go through sales funnels, packages, content, how much you should charge, how it would look, how you can leverage yourself, how many clients you need for your income goal. Like, it's all in there. And I do one every month under a different niche. They're all very cool. And I'm happy to share this one with you. So I've got one around webinars, how you can make a lot of money delivering monthly webinar support. And if you want to look inside, I'm happy to share it with you. All you need to do is book yourself a free time with me at donnabrown.com.au/consult. It's an online scheduling calendar. Pick the time slot that works best for you in your time zone. I've got day and night one, so I can kind of help anyone in the world. And I'll show you how you can make $7,000 AUD, Australian dollars, so that would be a bit less in American US dollars, maybe about 5,000, I'm not sure, 6,000, for 26 hours of work. That webinar package that I showed you just before, that kit that I'm prepared to show you online, how it looks and what's included, so I can give you, that value, the funnel, that shows you how you can make, between $5,000 and $7,000, depending on what country you live in, for 26 hours of work, basically half a week. If that's something that interests you and you want to have a look inside and you want me to answer your questions personal to you about creating packages custom to your business, completely free. Book a time, donnabrown.com.au/consult, and I look forward to talking to you. I hope this has been helpful. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate. And you know what? Really believe in yourself. Like, I totally know you can do this. If you've got the courage and you've got the desire and you've got the drive, why not make $100,000 a year as a VA? I've been doing it for years. It's fantastic. It's freeing, and I want the same for you. Hope you have a glorious day.